Well, it's finally here, something that you've been waiting to see for a very long time, and frankly, I've been waiting a long time to see it as well. What is it? Well, it's a package from Wacom that we're going to unbox. Let's go ahead and crack this open and we'll see what's inside. So what's in here? Are you ready for it? Aha! It's the Wacom MobileStudio Pro. And this is the 16-inch version, the one with all the bells and whistles. And inside the box, I also have this protective case that I can use for the tablet as well. Now, full disclosure, I did not buy this tablet with my own money. This was actually gifted to me by a very generous student of mine named Gary. I'm going to love working on this tablet, and I'm sure you all out there are going to love seeing this in my videos and learning about how it works and what I think about it. So this is just going to be my first impressions of the tablet. I will follow up with a review video later, but I'm just going to show you what it comes with and let you know what I think about it right off the bat. So let's see how to get this box open. Looks like this just lifts up off the top. Give it a good shake. It's not doing it. Let's see if there's something holding it in there. No, I just have to shake it harder. Ah! Come out of there. Damn you, Wacom, for making your boxes impossible to open. Oh, there's a piece of tape on it. Okay, that's my bad. Let's get out the old handy dandy tape cutter. There we go. Let's see, there's probably one right here too. That explains why I could not get it open. All right, now that we got that pesky tape out of the way, aha, there we go. Now the box is opening. Fail. So inside the box, what we have is the MobileStudio Pro, packaged nicely. First thing I noticed right off the bat is it's very sleek and the screen is very big compared to my Cintiq Companion 2, which I was using previously. So there's a little bit of plastic on there that we'll have to take off. We'll do that in just a minute. Inside the box, we also have the Pro Pen, which is Wacom's most sensitive pen to date. I'll go ahead and take the plastic off of this. Very nice feeling pen. It actually feels, to me, maybe a little bit heavier than the Pro Pen that I'm used to, and it does feel a little bit different in my hand. It feels maybe a little bit slimmer, which is kind of nice. It has a nice feel to it. 2 buttons and an eraser on the end. And then we have the power brick, which is what we use to plug this in. And it charges via a USB-C port, which there are several on this tablet. So that's part of the power brick. And then I'm going to presume that the rest of it is in this little container here. And it is. Here's the other part of the cable that just plugs into the power brick. And then there's a microfiber cloth, which you use to wipe down your tablet. Very handy. There is an instruction manual. Always good to read that kind of stuff. I'm not going to read it right now. Let's see, what is this thing? This is probably the different colored nibs to change the color of your stylus, and they're metallic. That's kind of cool. And then we have this doodad here, which you can use to clip the pen onto the MobileStudio Pro if you don't want to worry about losing it. And then here we have this cigar-looking thing, which is used to hold your pen. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap that. And the top comes off, and inside there's a few replacement nibs. And then if we slide this out like so, this is where we can place our pen. It just goes in there, and then we just slide it closed, and our pen is protected. So that's everything. I'm going to go ahead and put the instructions back in there. And I'll just go ahead and put the box back together and put it over here. And we can take the plastic off of this. And here's the tablet, and I already need to use my microfiber cloth because I'm getting fingerprints all over it. So for those of you who don't know what the Wacom MobileStudio Pro is, it is a drawing tablet with a screen that you can draw on, but it also has a built-in Windows 10 computer, so it can run anything that Windows 10 can run. It can run Photoshop, Corel Painter, After Effects, Premiere Pro, 3D applications like ZBrush. I mean, really anything. You can play games on it, you can listen to music on it, you can watch videos on it, whatever you want. It is a computer inside of a tablet, and it is very powerful and very capable. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 16-inch version, so the screen is 16 inches or so diagonally. It has an i7 6th generation processor, 512 gigabytes of storage, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. It also has a really nice NVIDIA Quadro video card inside. One thing that I do notice, in addition to how it looks and how it feels, there's more express keys, so now there's 4 in this little row here, 4 in that row there, then there's 4 here, and then a Windows button. It also feels a little more sturdy than the Cintiq Companion 2. It feels more like it's made of metal all the way around, and there's a lot less rubber and plastic feel. On the back is really neat. There is a RealSense 3D camera that you can use to scan real objects that are in 3 dimensions and turn them into a 3D model. There's a place to attach a stand, which I'm disappointed to see. This is a completely different attachment for the stand than my Cintiq Companion, and so I won't be able to use the Cintiq Companion stand. I'll actually have to buy an extra stand for this. That's one of the gripes that people had about this tablet, is it doesn't come with a stand, as well as a few other accessories that the Cintiq Companion came with, such as a way to link this to your computer. You actually have to buy the Wacom Link accessory if you want to link this to your desktop and use it just as a regular Cintiq. But that's not what I want to use this for. I want to use this as a tablet that I can use to paint outside my studio and to paint outdoors, and it's going to be perfect for that. And let's go ahead and see if it'll turn on. There's the power switch there on the side. I'll just go ahead and hold that down, and nothing happens. So we're probably going to have to plug this in and charge it before it's going to work. So I'll just go ahead and take the plastic off the power brick. I really put a lot of plastic on this thing to keep it together here. Let's take all that junk off. Take the old twist tie off of the other part here. Let go, twist tie. Your job here is done. So I will plug the power brick into the AC cord, and I can use any of these USB-C ports. There's 3 on this side, so I'll go ahead and just use one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn it on again. All right, so I figured out why it wouldn't turn on. I didn't have the plug plugged in far enough, so I just had to push it in further to get it to plug in. And here we go. It's powered on. Now I'm going to have to do some initial setup in order to get this to work. You can kind of see how bright the screen is. I'm able to see it even with some glare here, so that's good. That's one of the major concerns for me with any kind of tablet that I'm going to be working on outside. So as you can see, even with the glare from very, very bright lights, softbox lights shining right on it, I can see the screen very clearly, and that is a huge improvement so far over the Cintiq Companion 2. It's going to get some critical updates. I'll go ahead and just set it down and let it do that. It's going to update Windows so that it's using the newest version. While it's doing that, I'll talk a little bit more about some of the specifications. Over here on the side, we have an SD card port. We have a headphone jack. We have the power button and the LED that shows the status of charging. If it's orange, it's charging. If it's green, it's fully charged. And then this, I think, is a lock for the power button. And then here we have a rocker for the volume, and this is to turn the volume up and down. We flip it over on the other side. As I mentioned earlier, there's the 3 USB-C ports, and I believe this is a lock where you can put a little security lock in it. We have the express keys on the front, and I believe this is a thumbprint sensor, so you can log into it instantly using that. Now it wants me to create an account, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, and then it wants to know if I want to set up Windows Hello. I'm going to say no thanks, because that's just going to turn on my camera and take a picture of my face so that it can log me in that way. While it's doing that, here on the front of the tablet, there is a camera. It's a really weird camera placement though. It's way off to the side, so that's not necessarily going to be all that great if I wanted to use this for Skype or doing live streaming or anything like that. You would think that the camera would be centered in here, so not the best camera placement on the front. On the back of the tablet, there is a rear camera which is centered, so that's nice. And then there's a nice grip here that you can hold on to. It also kind of grips your table, so that's nice. And these slots up here, these are the vents for the fan, which I'm noticing right now. I don't really hear any fan noise. The Cintiq Companion 2 was really noisy. On the top, I think these might be the speaker holes on either side. And then on the bottom, there are more vents as well. I'm going to not worry about updating it yet, and I'll just move on to showing you the welcome screen here. It's Wacom MobileStudio Pro. We'll set up our MobileStudio Pro. We can customize the express keys. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that in a different video. I'm not going to sign up for a Wacom account right now. and I'll have to spend some time installing software and getting it set up the way that I want. But as I mentioned, this is just an unboxing to show you what it is and what it comes with, and I'll follow up with a proper review video, and there will be many, many, many more videos of me painting with this tablet outside and other places as well. So stay tuned for those. Let's try customizing the pen now. So right now I think I just have a silver accent on the pen, but we could change that to something else. I think I kind of like this blue, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Now all you have to do is just unscrew the top just like the previous generations of pens, and then this little metal part here just comes off, and we can put it there on the top. And there you go, there's a nice color accent on the pen. Now one thing I liked better about the Cintiq Companion 2 is the pen case. This is a much better pen case in my opinion. Why do we need this cigar thing? This is just ridiculous. I don't know that this is easier to take with you. This is a lot better. It's an actual case. I personally like it better. Comes with a lot more nibs too. Look at all those nibs that it comes with. But I also like where the little accents are stored. They're stored in the pen case. But I definitely gotta say I like the case better for the Cintiq Companion. And just out of curiosity, can I use the case? Yes, I can. I can use the Cintiq Companion 2 case with the Pro Pen too. So that's awesome. And I'd assume I can probably use these accents too if I like them better. This whole paper thing that holds these is really kind of cheap. I know people probably don't even use these accents, and you're probably wondering, what are they for? Well, let's say you're working in a classroom or a studio with other people who have these and you want to know whose pen is whose. That's what these accents are for. It helps set your pen apart from other people's pens. Now before we go, I'll go ahead and check out the case here too. And it's just like the previous generation case for the Cintiq Companion 2. Has a zipper on top. And if I unplug my tablet for a second here, I can just slide it right into that case. And fits nice and snug. I can zip it up and then it's nice and secure. And then there's a pouch here if I wanted to put something in it like a keyboard. For example, Wacom has a nice thin low profile keyboard, so I could just put that right there in that pouch. And then I've got my keyboard with me if I need it. And if I wanted to, I can even take my cigar thing and I can just stick that down in there. And then my whole setup is good to go. I just take this thing out, go outside and paint on it. I can go anywhere and paint now. And in addition to painting, I can also do video editing, I can do photo editing, I can do 3D work, I can do a lot. And I'll be demonstrating that in future videos. So there you go, that's my unboxing and first impressions of the Wacom MobileStudio Pro 16. If you enjoyed this video, take a quick second to click the like button. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. I have a lot more reviews of digital art products and digital art videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.